I think this is about as good as you can expect to do drafting from the number one hole. A little weird that Derrick Henry lasts all the way to pick number 24, but hey, that's the reality. He is getting up there in age. So I'm a big ageist, so I certainly understand it. But let's take a look at these other squads and see if maybe there was a better team build here.
What?
Why are you shaking your head?
You're welcome. What's going on? I'm John Hansen, FantasyPoints.com, back for another year of taking a look at optimal draft routes and strategies at various draft positions. As always, thank you for checking out the video, all the goods we have over at FantasyPoints.com, our YouTube page. Keep liking, subscribing, appreciate all the good comments. And if you haven't subscribed already, head on over to FantasyPoints.com/plans. Pick the right plan for you and become part of the community that is starting to crush it out there. Let's be honest, the Fantasy Points data suite, killing it, upping my game, 700 plus data points for every play in the NFL, and also just a slew of really easy to use, very useful tools to identify good matchups and the like. But the purpose again for the video is to cover a draft position. And it is that time of the year, doing this video in early August. So I have been running through the ADP numbers for a while, a number of months, looking at optimal picks and the like. And for the last month or so, I've been studying the flow of the draft, ADP-wise and all that, from the various spots. And I am, well, sad to say that once again, drafting at the top of round one is a little bit more difficult, or it is just straight up difficult at the end of the day. You have that long wait. So obviously the first question, if you have the number one pick, is running back, Christian McCaffrey, basically. There are some people out there taking Bijan, maybe a Breece Hall every once in a while. Or do you go with a stud wideout like CeeDee Lamb or Tyreek Hill? So that's the question that I asked myself, and I went through a variety of trials, tribulations. I think I came up with the right answer. I'm not sure we're going to get it here in this video exactly as I do a mock draft using the Sleeper website, as I'm going to add that into the video right now, as a matter of fact, and we'll kick it off. So yeah, it is a little bit of a tough spot here. I think this year has been a little wide open, more than usual. I don't see many real trends. Maybe the running backs getting a little bit more love, which is kind of where I'm leaning this year. I do actually see fewer stud stallion wide receivers. What I see is the talent spread pretty evenly among all the skill positions throughout the first 6, 7, 8, maybe rounds of a draft. I don't know, 80, 90 picks into a draft. This has been typically the case that I've noticed over the last 3, 4, 5 years, where, you know, we do have kind of a fall off after 75, 80, 90 picks. So I don't think this year is any different. Again, the real question, if you're picking at one, is McCaffrey or a wideout. So the best way I think that you can make that call and that decision is to try and best figure out what exactly are your options in rounds 2 and 3. I happen to find that the best player that I thought, high impact guy, believe it or not, was Derrick Henry. So I have started to believe that the draft should open with one CeeDee Lamb. Actually, I've always believed that. I've had him number one on my board for quite some time. So I will do that here as we get going with this draft, and I will select. Well, I got to pull it up first, right, to select it. I'll do that right here, and off we go here as the draft goes. Wow, it opens with McCaffrey going at 4. So it opens with 3 straight wide receivers. Bijan. We got Breece Hall down to team 8. That's a really good deal. How about Chase at 7? DeVonta Adams. London's off the board. Kyron's long gone. Laporta, Barkley, Ayuk, Etienne. It's going to be close. Oh, wow. And see, this would be why I went Lamb. I would rather start Lamb Henry than, let's say McCaffrey and, well, who would be the best player? Olave or something like that. Yeah, McCaffrey Olave is pretty good, but I like Henry and Lamb. And so now I'm up again. And I don't really like much here in round 3, honestly. So I will gladly get another wide receiver here because Derrick Henry is my anchor. So I think this is a pretty good start. I don't think you can start much better than this. I'm going to be strong at wide receiver, and I'm good at running back so far with Derrick Henry. We're well into round 4. Dudes are just flying off the board. Cooper Kupp, I would not have taken him. Where am I going to go here? Okay, DK Metcalf just goes off the board. Good, because I do not like DK. So I've got the 2 wideouts. I'm certainly, this is a pretty easy call for yours truly. If you know anything about me, I'm a big, huge fan of skinny Batman. So now I've got a really, really strong, I think, group of talented wide receivers. Look, that's what you want to be. In general, you want to be strong at wide receiver. But with Derrick Henry, I'm also good there. So now the question is, with my next pick, do I go back to running back? I could go with Dalton Kincaid here. I'm not going to take an older guy like Alvin Kamara. See how much time I have left here. I don't want to get auto-drafted. 36 seconds. Okay. I like Mixon, but I'm a little worried about the advanced age. Dalton Kincaid. And I see my guy, James Cook, is gone. So that's unfortunate. I would have really liked James Cook. So I will actually go with Ken Walker because, look, end of the day, the guy's hardly perfect, but he's young. He's generally durable and versatile. I know, look, I haven't been a Walker person, and I think I've been proven right about that, but I've also been proven wrong. Dude's been productive. Dude can teleport from one area to the other on the field. Okay, well, we're drafting now we're up already. This thing is flown by. Roma Dunze, that's no value there. So I am up. I've got 3 wideouts and I really do hate to say it, but I need to get into the quarterback business here with my guy because I got to get him. I like Jordan Love the most, so I'm going to go ahead right there and take care of it. I like him more than Dak, and I like him more than Murray and Purdy. So I get my guy here, final pick of round 6, not the greatest value. And then I think I go BPA mode here. I do like some of these wideouts here, but I'm in on Rhamondre. So I go a little balance here with Rhamondre Stevenson. So I feel, again, very balanced. So the key for me right now is, can I get a tight end I like? Everyone who listens to me or follows me knows that I love me some Tyler Conklin. So I do have him in my back pocket. Okay. We are on the clock here. We're evened up here at 3 running backs and 3 wideouts. I haven't done this in a little while. Oh, there's my guy, Jake Ferguson, baby. So you notice we held off a little bit at quarterback and at tight end. And I think it's going to net us a pretty darn good team. And now we just go for the jugular. Boom, with Christian Watson. I love this as a 4th receiver. So once again, very horrific. Lot of upside here. I feel stability yet upside. It's pretty good here. I think this is a good route to take here. Even it up, balance it out, go old school. There goes my guy Tajay Spears, who I was praying to get a crack at here in this draft. So again, now we're just in BPA mode. I'm very bullish on Chase Brown, so we'll get him for sure. Probably could use a wide out here. What do we got? Oh, I do like that Khalil Shakir this year, so I'm going to go for the gusto. I think he's their top outside wide receiver at the end of the day, so I like it in the 11th round as my 5th receiver. Pretty good at running back. Derrick Henry, Ken Walker, Rhamondre Stevenson, Chase Brown. A little upside baked in there as well. Khalil Shakir, pretty good 5th receiver. Now, you know who's going to be going to me shortly. Now, I could cheat a little bit and not take Tyler Conklin right here. I should put this guy on my wish list, though, because I really like Josh Palmer this year. See about that. See if we can get him on the way back. Don't know if we're going to draft. We're only going, 14 rounds. We're not going to draft a second quarterback in this environment. So we're good. We can pretty much, again, go BPA. All right, we're on the clock. Was our guy available? I guess not. I guess Josh Palmer went. Let's see here. Yeah, darn it. That would have been nice. But there is a veteran that is not getting the love, and his name is Brandin Cooks. Just not getting the love. I know I also have CeeDee Lamb, but geez, we're talking to my sixth receiver. That is not too shabby. Tight end time, yes, it is certainly time for me to get this guy, even though he's way down the board. My guy, Tyler Conklin, and one more pick for me, and we'll take a look at all these teams. And, this went very quickly. Life happens fast when you're mock drafting against computers. And here we go at the end, and we'll finish out with someone certainly who makes sense, who has some upside. You look at here, I've got Derrick Henry. Is there a good backup handcuff? No. Ken Walker, maybe I should have considered Charbonnet. Rhamondre, I don't see that. Really not in Cincinnati. Moss is long gone. Could probably use a running back here. Oh, there's my guy, Ray Davis. Love Ray Davis. Done. So let's take a look at the squad. We can even look at my projected starting lineup. I think there's a way to do that somewhere along the line here. We'll do that later, but I'll give you my starting lineup. Essentially, 12-team PPR. By the way, I should have mentioned that at the top of the video. Now, here's the thing. Maybe it would have gone differently if I taken McCaffrey. Probably would have affected the algorithm, whatever. So it's hard to say for sure. But had I taken McCaffrey there, what if Derrick Henry was then the next, basically the best pick? Now I'd have to go essentially with Olave as my one if I took McCaffrey, which isn't horrible. But I prefer the Lamb Henry. I just prefer Lamb Henry. I like both offenses more than New Orleans' offense. Olave could get card, which is worse than getting scarred. It's getting limited by Derek Carr. You could argue that he got card last year. So starting lineup, once again, would be my quarterback, Jordan Love, RB1, Derrick Henry, RB2, Ken Walker, wide receiver 1, CeeDee Lamb. Then it's Olave, DeVonta Smith. My tight end, Jake Ferguson. Oh, by the way, I did set this up for 2 flexes. Those flexes would be right now Rhamondre, Stevenson, and Christian Watson. Little Chase Brown, Khalil, Shakir, Brandin Cooks, Tyler Conklin, and Ray Davis on the bench. This is only through 14 rounds. I think this is about as good as you can expect to do drafting from the number 1 hole. Little weird that Derrick Henry lasts all the way to pick number 24, but hey, that's the reality. He is getting up there in age. So I'm a big ageist, so I certainly understand it. But let's take a look at these other squads and see if maybe there was a better team build here. Team 2 spreads it around with Tyreek, Kelsey, Allen. Okay. Wide receiver core is really good overall. DK, Pickens, Jaden Reed. I like Godwin. But here's the hole. Running back is absolute skank. Zach Moss, Jalen Warren, Blake Corum. No. Ty Chandler. No. We're not doing that. And no. That team is not going to make it, in my opinion. Let's go to team 3. They go Jefferson, H.N. Evans. Okay. Little tight end, little running back. They're kind of balanced. Probably an overpay here. This is a computer for Roma Dunze. This running back trio of H.N., Mixon, and Pollard not exactly doing it for me. Deontay, this team is very meh as far as I'm concerned. Team 4, they go old school. They Go McCaffrey, ETN. Let's see how the wide receivers look. Diggs, Flowers, Dell, Rice. It's like a C plus. Ridley, okay. That's probably a B. Considering you need 3 of that 5 some to come through. You get Kyler and Joku. All right, it's not a bad team. I like mine more, but that's not bad. Team 5 goes with Bijan, Ayuk, and Nico. James Cook I like. Richardson mixes it up just a little bit. Goes kind of BPA with AR, Ingram. It's a pretty interesting team. Goes a little risky with some rookies that'll probably not pay off, at least initially, in Worthy and Coleman. I do like Jackson Smith and Jigba a little bit this year. You go with a good QB2 for sure, and Jaden Daniels in case Richardson gets hurt. All right. I like the Palmer pick. Not so sure about Dowdle. Tracy Komet is very boring. Team 6, Amon-Ra, Barkley, Pacheco. I mean, I'm not loving the running back group, and then it leaves them so bare at receiver. I like Jameson, but I like some individual picks here, but overall I thought that team 6 was a little sus. Take a look at team 7. Chase Laporta. See, Laporta is a little overpriced and overdrafted. I'm really not into Jacobs. I think Neighbors could be a ticking time bomb. Who knows about Higgins? Wow, a lot of questions on team 7. Team 8, oh boy, what a 1-2 punch here. Brees and JT. Then you come back with Mahomes and Rashad and Kincaid. Really 0 wide receivers. It's gonna hurt them though. It really is. There's a lot of good players here, but Hollywood Brown, Brian Thomas, Cortland Sutton, Jacoby Myers, Jerry Jeudy, Troy Franklin. That's just not going to cut it. Team 9 goes wide receiver heavy with A.J. Brown, Garrett Wilson, Pittman, and Cooper. That's a really fearsome foursome along with Hurts. And Swift, Benson, yeah, you lost me there. That's just not enough firepower, in my opinion, at running back. And as much as I love Brock Bowers as a prospect, I don't like Brock Bowers as a tight end 1 right now. Team 10, boy, goes all in on wide receiver. And honestly, not that bad at running back with David Montgomery, Mostert, and Zamir White. Hawkinson, though, that's a problem. I do kind of like Musgrave. Tua's all right. Leggett, that team is not great. Team 11. This one looks pretty good. Gibbs. I like it. You get London. Solid. Debo. Pretty good wide receiver too, especially because Ayuk could be traded. Then you get Lamar. No problem. I like Kirk. I like Pitts again. I'm sorry for those who bought in last year. You lost me a little bit with Eckler and Chubb, but, Caleb Williams. Yeah, this is not bad. Oh, wow. Dotson in the 14th round, Jahan Dotson. That's crazy. And finally, team 12. Goes a little balanced. Marvin Harrison, Kyron Williams, CJ Stroud, DJ Moore, Kittle. I mean, these are all okay players, but I'm not really feeling it. You get a banged up Mike Williams. Wicks is probably a little overhyped unless someone gets hurt. I don't know. Hopkins is hurt. Wow. I got to say, Team Gurific's the best team. I honestly, I really believe that. I guess it's because they were my picks in my opinion, but let's go back to that again real quick. Again, we're rolling with Jordan Love, Derrick Henry, and Ken Walker. CeeDee Lamb, Olave, Skinny Batman. Ferguson is a tight end 1 legit. Rhamondre, Watson, that's a nice 1-2 punch at flex. Upside, a little bit at running back with Chase Brown. Same with Khalil Shakir. I like Tyler Conklin a ton. Ray Davis is a good player, and Cooks is undervalued. So there you go, everyone. I think I have submitted a good route and a good plan of attack. Basically, because of that long wait, I know it's painful to forego McCaffrey. And look, you can take them because it is like having 1.5 players. And sometimes it feels like you need 1.5 players because you pick at 1 and then you don't pick again, for 24 picks. It's a little annoying. So, but because of that, I think it would behoove you to maximize the value at quarterback and tight end. I feel like I still got 2 very good starters in Jordan Love and Jake Ferguson. but I held off a little bit. Not too much longer. I didn't get cute. I took Love in the 6th round. That's not late. That's certainly early. But again, I had the pick on the hook there that I wasn't going to pick, and Love would have been gone. So it was basically now or never. I like the approach. I like the value. I let the draft come to me a little bit. I have no weaknesses, and I have very good balance. So I'll wrap it up here. Thanks for sticking and staying here through this little process. Not too shabby on my first effort to record the video here. So continue liking and subscribing. I'll be back doing other videos. I have recently moved across the country, so I'm just settling in, ready for another football season and ready to help you win over at FantasyPoints.com. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.